I've loved money since I was a kid. When something upsets me, I count cash. When a good friend asks to borrow money, I get really annoyed. When kids show off toys, I brag about my bank balance. In the end, I lost all my friends. In high school, when someone of the opposite sex wanted to buy me dinner, I told them to just cash it out on the spot. The boy was dumbfounded, so I stayed single. My whole youth, I was just background for other people. After graduation, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to laze at home and live off my parents. My family said if I loved money so much, I should work at a bank. The next day, I went to interview at a bank. To my surprise, they made an exception and hired me. I finally became a keeper of other people's money. I handled tens of thousands in cash every day. But it wasn't my money. The huge gap between that and my life threw me into deep anxiety. Then one day, 2 robbers hit the bank. They shoved me into their car. Because they didn't know the area, they accidentally drove into the wilderness. They crashed, flipped, and plunged into a ravine. I kicked open the trunk and escaped. The car exploded right after. The blast sent me into the river. The suitcase full of cash fell in too. I drifted along holding the suitcase. Eventually, I washed ashore somewhere no one knew about. Soon, the waterlogged case sank to the bottom. Exhausted, I gave up struggling. But because I loved money so much, I still snatched one bill. A few hours later, the current carried me away again. I finally drifted downstream to a tourist spot. Luckily, some tourist by the river rescued me. Reborn, I went back to work at the bank. My coworkers held a welcome back for me. But I'd lost my old enthusiasm for life. Even holding bills in my hands, I felt no interest. I kept thinking about that suitcase full of cash. Then one day, I saw the police report on TV. It turned out the robbers had stolen 500 million yen that day, but both robbers had died. Experts suspected all the cash had burned to ashes. I was ecstatic, because I became the only person who knew where the money might be. To trace the route, I hit the library and read up on everything I could find, combining that with my memories. I finally drew a treasure hunting route that only I could understand.